Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to put together this quick video and take you through our software project financials. As you can see, it's quite a robust spreadsheet. So I just wanted to create a quick video and just take you step by step through the process on how you can actually start to tweak and tailor this template, this calculator, so it's actually relevant to your business. We get asked the question all the time, how much does it cost to develop a software product? How can I monetize my software product? How much money do I need to actually build a software business? And hopefully this template will provide you a little bit more context and understanding on exactly what that looks like. In order for you to jump in here and actually start customizing it to your requirements, all you need to do is jump over to the file section and click make a copy. And what that will do is that will give you your own personal copy, so you can actually put in your own details, your own numbers, and get as much information as you want to out of the template. Now, the great thing about this is because it's a fairly robust template, it's usable for anyone in any situation or any sort of stage of the process during development, whether your first day in the initial ideation stage, or if you've already launched your product and you're in that sort of marketing and growth stage. You should still be able to get some form of value out of it. This is very much an open-ended template, so it's all reliant on the information that you're able to feed into it. But as you'll see very shortly, it's super easy for you to chuck in some information and get some really valuable data back from the template itself. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll just jump onto the first page down the bottom here, which is called Project Forecast. And what this is as you can see, it's pretty overwhelming when you jump in here straight away. And it's a heap of information, but all you actually need to worry about is the blue text, as you can see here. The project forecast will actually start formatting information as we complete all of the other sections within the spreadsheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ignore this page for now, and I'm going to jump across to the project funding section. Now, the project funding section, this is helpful for those who are just at the initial stage of building out a project, or for those who are already launched a project and it's a simple case of financial cash in the bank, because what that allows us to do with the project forecast is it allows us to understand exactly sort of how your bank account's looking, so that then you can make more educated decisions based on your forecasting. So what I'll do is, let's say, for example, we're doing a software product and I've got a partner involved. Let's say I'm putting in 50,000 myself, and then a partner's putting in another 50,000 to build out this product, which obviously gives us 100,000. And then what I'll do now is I'll just quickly show you within this project forecast. We can see down the bottom, it shows that our bank account slash initial investment is 100,000. And then we can see in our forecast that our 100,000 is sitting in that bank account section now. So what I'll do now is I'll jump across to costs of goods sold. Now, the way we've set this up is very much for, say, an initial startup, someone who's initially starting up an idea. So what you can see under the employees section is currently we've just got a single employee. But if you need to add more employees, it's just a case of right-clicking on here and then just insert a row below, and you'll be able to add as many employees as you want. So let's say, for example, our software product has just got up and running and you want to get some sort of finance back from the software product, and you're going to give yourself $6,000 a month from the business. So we'll just factor that in across that 12-month period. Then below this, we've got contractors. So we've highlighted some of the most common contractors throughout this software development process. We've got the software development team, perhaps a graphic designer and a web designer. Let's just say, for example, you're giving your software development team, let's say you're investing $15,000 a month to develop, grow, and improve your software product. Let's say you put $500 into graphic design here, and then another $500 into graphic design here. That might be for, say, marketing material or t-shirts or something like that. And then let's say you put in $2,500 into a web designer there, and maybe another $2,500 into a web designer here. And then what you can see now at the bottom is software tools. What I will also mention, very similar to the employees, if you've got more contractors that you want to chuck in here, just right-click, insert one below, and then you'll be able to continue to build out those contractors. Then from here, we've got our software. So these are sort of like the most common, the recurring software that we have every single month just to keep our product up and running. So let's say AWS, I would say 99% of our clients leverage AWS for the cloud services. So let's say this product's up and running. I'm just going to make a guesstimate and just chuck in some AWS amounts. Let's say it sort of scales ever so slightly. As you can see, I'm just sort of putting in some estimates. And then let's say we're using a CRM. Let's say we put in, we pay $50 a month for our CRM. Let's say we're using $30 a month for our email system. And perhaps we've got some web hosting, which is $25 a month. Now, what we can see is we've built out our cost of goods sold. And if we jump back to the project forecast, we can now see that some information populating on this side of the template. So the information that we've just put into the cost of goods sold section is now populating across here, and we're starting to get a bit of an understanding of what our expenses will start to look like. Now we get into the exciting side of things. So this is the product. So this is what and how we'll actually sell our software product. Now we generally have two different approaches to selling a software product. It's either a membership or a subscription type approach, or we have our one-time fee. So an example of a one-time fee is downloading and paying, say, $5.99 for an app from the App Store. For this example, what we're going to do is we're going to leverage the membership approach. Let's say we have 3 tiers of membership. We have membership number 1. Now you can change these names as well to whatever they might be. So let's say we've got bronze, silver, and gold. Let's say our bronze is, let's keep it at $9.99. Silver is at $14.99. And then let's say our gold is at $24.99. What we can do now is if we just jump over to the sales and user forecasts, we can see that our bronze, silver, and gold names have actually pulled across. And now what we need to do is estimate our numbers or our number of users on our product over this 12-month period. So let's say, for example, I've got a ready-to-go audience of 5,000 people that I'm ready to target and promote my product to straight away. And I'm just going to make up some numbers, but I'm sure based off your research or your business experience that you'll be able to have some more calculated estimates based on your particular product. So let's say out of those 5,000, we are able to get 300 on bronze, 150 on silver, and let's just say 50 on gold. And then let's say we have a bit of a jump to say 400, 200, and 110. And then let's say we have another jump to say 650, 300, and 150. Let's say another jump this time. What I would also factor in here is try and factor in a little bit of a churn rate. It's very natural in the software or subscription style businesses that you have a churn rate. And that means that obviously you're going to have new subscribers every month, but there's also going to be a portion of subscribers who will cancel their subscriptions. It's a natural flow of a software product. So just factor in some sort of churn rate there with whatever type of forecasting you're doing across this. Let's say we jump to the 1,000. 400 on here, so we get 250 on here. And like I said, you can sort of estimate these out. What I'll do is I'll just sort of average these out. And I'm sure, like I mentioned, you'll be able to put together some more accurate numbers as you go through this process. Now, what we can see here is that as we're building out these numbers, we can see our monthly revenue down the bottom. So we can see our monthly revenue gradually growing as we get more users. What we can see here is our total paying users. So we're only sitting at 4,000 users here. So I'm sure, as you can imagine, that's a very realistic number of users. And then we can see our annual recurring revenue here as well, sitting at that 375,000. So that's for our first 12 months having launched this product. Now, what we can do now is jump into the project forecast section, and we can see a heap more information. A lot more information has been included that we're now able to start building out. So the final section of the project forecast is to build out these operating expenses, or OPEX. And once again, feel free to change these categories. So if you don't say for example, you don't need insurance, you can just change that to something which might be more relevant to you, or you can just delete this section, whatever works for you. So I'm just going to chuck in some example numbers here. Let's say you put $2,500 into advertising each month because you're promoting to a ready to go users. Let's say you pay $15 in bank fees each month. Consulting and accounting, let's say you're putting $300 into a bookkeeper or an accountant, sort of across the 12 months. Insurance, let's say you're paying 100 in insurance. Legal expenses, they tend to be a little different. So let's say when you're starting the product, you put $3,500 in, and then maybe halfway through you want to change your terms and conditions, so you put another $3,500 in. Internet and phone, let's say you put 150 on your internet or something like that across 12 months. Let's say you're in like a shared office space where you may be paying $500 a month in just like a little shared workspace or something like that. Networking and entertainment, let's say you put $300 a month into some sort of networking and entertainment. Traveling, let's say you pay $500 to travel per month to sort of help promote your product. And general expenses, let's just chuck in another 500 there. So as you can see, we've started to build out exactly what these expenses look like. And as we do that, we start to build out our actual total expenses across the board as well. So now I'll go to the top. And as you can see, we have our revenue. And this is split into our subscription revenue and then our one-time revenue. Just so you guys understand exactly what I'm referring to here. Let's say we did do a little bit of one-time revenue. Let's say within our app, we sold a one-off membership or a one-time event within our app. And let's say it was this one-time event of $9.99. So if we jump in here, let's say we had 3 events in the year. First one was April, and we got 4,000 people to come to that event for $9.99. Let's say August, we got another 4,000 people, and then let's say in December, we got another 4,000 people to pay that $9.99 as a one-off fee. And what we'll see in this forecast is that for the one-time revenue, we can see that build up here, here, and here. And if we scroll to the right, we can actually see a breakdown of our subscription revenue, one-time revenue, and then our total revenue across the board. And we've split this by quarters as well as annually as well. And then what we can now see is we can see our cost of goods sold based off the COGs that we completed here. And this then spits out your gross profit and then your gross profit percentage. And then below this, we have our operating expenses based on all of the information that we inputted into the operating expenses, which then provides us down at the bottom total expenses and then the profit before taxes, profit or loss before taxes. So what we can see as we go across the board now is our initial investment of $100,000 and how your bank account sort of ebbs and flows based off the growth and the scale and the expenses of your business. So this then allows you to get a little bit more transparency and understanding on, first and foremost, how much you're capable of investing in a software product, and also how many users you require to actually justify and scale your software product over time. As you can see, this is quite a robust template. So like I mentioned at the start, feel free to get in there, make tweaks, make changes, input as much relevant information as possible. When it comes to the sales and the users side of things, try and do a little bit of research based off your market, your current audience, something which is somewhat achievable and realistic to your business. As the more accurate the information, obviously, the more accurate this forecast will become. But yeah, hopefully this is helpful to you. And as you can see, the purpose is to try and provide a little bit more transparency and ensure that you have a really clear understanding of the initial investment from a software product side of things, and then also the exciting scale opportunity on how your product can scale really quickly as you get more users on there, and the multiple different revenue avenues as well. So have a look through this. Come back to me if you have any questions. More than happy to take on any feedback, or if you need to make any tweaks or changes, we're more than happy to jump in and make tweaks and changes as well. So yeah, have a look. Come back to us if you have any questions. And apart from that, we hope you enjoy it.